Dímelo, dímelo, Bo Dominican York. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Straight into it. Mancera's Sicily. Beautiful scent, guys. Beautiful scent. And really simple. Atomizer. Pressurized, extraordinary. You know, I haven't received ever a screw top from Mancera. I started collecting last year in 2024. So you just pick up fruits and more fruits, and then you're wondering which fruit it is, but it's a medley of fruits. And to me, a light muskiness is coming in. It's so good. And the florals, there's obvious florals. I can't tell what kind of florals, but there is a floral lift to the component. If I was brand new and hadn't been smelling things for almost a year now, I wouldn't have known that the florals are actually helping lift those citruses and keep them pushing. Now, I could be wrong, but that's my understanding. Um, I'm continuing to learn. I've got a year into the journey, so come on. But, you know, obviously I've got other frags that at 49 years old, I've been using since I was in my 20s, others since my 30s, some since, no, actually, stuff from the 30s continued into the 40s. I dabbled in one or two other things, stuff along the way that I've tried that got discontinued that I couldn't find anymore. Gucci, Pour Home 2. Just a bunch of things. So this is right in my wheelhouse. I do like these fruity scents. I've got other things like Kirky, right? Let's get back up by the camera. Kirky, fruity musk. Elba Pura, fruity musk. And both have vanilla lingering or something sweet lingering through there. Fruits of the musk. Now, this one isn't as sweet. I've only worn this once, but I have to wear this again to really get into the bag and talk about this a little more intelligently. Um, Let's get it on a test strip. I don't remember what it smells like. Does anybody remember? Not as sweet as Kirky, and definitely seems fresher. I love the pressurized atomizers. You can do a whole spray lightly or more aggressively down your arm. So this gives off that citrus is definitely present with the fruit. So a lot of times you just get fruits, or a lot of times you just get citrus. And here, even though citrus is a fruit, the citrus and the fruit are being highlighted as to what I'm getting. And I know, well, let's read the notes. I'm on Mancera's website. Head notes: fruity notes, citrus fruits, apple, peach, pineapple. Very good. Heart notes: jasmine, rose, ylang ylang, and violet. So I wouldn't have known to distinguish any of those. I would have guessed jasmine, and I thought I'd seen it before. Now at the base, sandalwood, cedarwood, white musk. So I'm assuming that the sandalwood and the cedarwood will creep up more and more as they go on, but I don't know that I pick up sandalwood, but sometimes that cedarwood I think has peeped its little head, but barely. That white musk is definitely present. Now, they also say it's a mix of citruses, is white flowers warmed together by sandalwood and cedarwood. A mix of citruses, white flowers warmed together by sandalwood and cedarwood. That's how they describe it in one sentence on Mancera's website. Me, a fruit basket that's inoffensive to the majority. That's why I'm easy to spray this around the wife. If you're not a cologne wearer, if you don't have a collection, this is something that you can get And as long as you're fine with a slightly floral, and here's another thing, it's not overly floral. When I was starting out last year, I didn't buy Sicily because I was a little concerned that it was going to be a little too florally. I thought it was going to be too floral. So I didn't purchase Sicily last year, even though it was on that top 10 that I really wanted from Mancera. Ended up getting, of course, the obvious Cedrat Boisé. And this doesn't have that floral component, so I knew it was a safer bet. And I still like Cedrat Boisé a little bit better, but they do have a lot of comparisons. Let's put Cedrat on the left. This is more lemony to me. Yeah, this is more lemony. This, my wife doesn't like as much as, and I know that because she doesn't really like, at least up to the nose, she didn't like, and that was this weekend at Ulta. As a matter of fact, that was yesterday. She did not like Arrow's energy up and close, where you get that blast of lemon or whatever that fruit is. Um, it's not as pungent in Sicily. It's really a basket where the citrus pops in the Mancera to my nose. Sicily really is a medley. Like it says, a mix of citruses, white flowers, warmed together with sandalwood and cedarwood. But really, I'm also getting a fruit basket sensation. So not just a mix of citruses, apple, peach, pineapple, and citrus fruits. So anyway, that's the little bit that I can explain. Not a safe blind buy. Again, more floral than Cedrat Boisé, but not to the point where it overtakes the scent. It's still very fruity, very mass appealing, and probably an easier summer wear or heat in high heat. If you wanted to wear this, controlled sprays, of course. Like I've oversprayed this today and I don't feel overpowered. Sicily really fades down into that blend of that sandalwood and cedarwood and white musk, uh, with the fruit still being present and lingering because it's being carried. But yeah, Sicily is definitely in that very good category. Not delicious. It's almost delicious. It's honestly, it is delicious, but I'm not going to put everything in that delicious category. So I'm going to say very, very, very solid fragrance. And I have been using it a lot. I use this more than twice a week since I've got it. So for all the things that I got, me using this twice a week at least, sometimes more, because it's an easy, dumb reach. It's just a spray that's inoffensive to the masses. And that's why Sicily. Now, the other one that I kind of have gotten into recently, where are you? Of course, it's always the last one. We'll talk about this another day. This is a little bit more spicy, but still lighter than anything that's really spicy. You know what I mean? Super, much, much light. So I haven't smelled cosmic pepper. I haven't smelled amber fever or amberful or a lot of things. I have a very finite collection. This is exactly what I have. And, at some point I'll smell those other things, but today's scent of the day and an easy, easy reach that's inoffensive to the masses. Sicily. Easy to overspray and not offend anybody. Anyway, you guys have a blessed weekend. Que Dios te bendiga. Peace.